Hello, friends. I don't know if I would call this a video diary. I guess so. I mean, it's like me sort of giving well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give a life update actually. I've just been very inspired by like the kinds of videos that I've been watching on the YouTubes. Um Specifically the channel, but she's literally just called Lindy. Like if you try to look that up, you will not find her. She like gets like 20 views a video, but love watching her stuff because she just literally like picks up her phone and is like, okay, here's how my life is going, and then and it's just like talking to the camera. There's no rules whatsoever, and I don't know. I have always been like inspired by her videos, and like she doesn't do it, just for money or anything like that. Like no judgment to people who like, do YouTube as a career and like want to do that kind of stuff. Like that's so valid. Like that's not a bad thing. It's just I'm finding that I especially love the kinds of videos where it's just really, really personal, and it's just somebody like yapping into a camera like about their life, and like, I don't know, it's just real cool. But yeah, it is January 16th, 2025. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Um yeah, I don't know. I've just been like very inspired by a lot of the YouTube videos that I've been watching about like what direction should I point my life towards um like in this new year. And I think a lot of my goals have remained the same. Like it's mostly just stuff like I want to do more art, I want to be more fit, and I've been doing a good job of those things. I've been doing more art. Last year I learned how to knit, and I actually knitted my niece a very long scarf. It was beautiful, beautiful scarf, like nice design pattern on it and everything. Like I did that with my hands. And like I learned how to. I have a lot of scrap, like like little granny squares of knitted, like just like swatches of various like patterns that I learned how to do. So like I feel pretty good about knitting. I started sewing a quilt in the month of October. uh, it's not done. It's like more than halfway done. It's like, the reason why I stopped was that October was a maddening month. There's a lot happened in October. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And yeah, I just did not have the time to finish that quilt, and it was Halloween themed, and so like, right after October, it's like November, it's like Thanksgiving, and November was a very busy month too work wise. I was working many hours in the month of November, so I just didn't feel like picking it up then. And then December came along, and December is like always like just fuck, just so busy. And here I am in January, and like, yeah, like like, do you feel this way? Like, you get to January after the madness of all the holidays, and everything just like stops, and you're sitting there in your home, like, oh my god, nothing's happening. There's nothing to look forward to. I don't have like, get-togethers to have to go to. Like, not that those are bad things. Like, I just don't have anything on my agenda. And like I don't know what to do with myself. I've already encountered that, like as I usually do every January in the new year. But yeah, so I have that quilt. I should really finish it, even though it's Halloween themed. I should still finish it because I already have an idea for another quilt that I want to make. But yeah, I've just been doing like on the artistic stuff. I've been doing real good. I've been painting. I started painting again. Um, I haven't been doing a lot of actual drawing, but that's okay because I feel like I just need to start doing other kinds of art, which I am doing already. So like I'm making great progress on that, and I just want to continue on that. Um, the fitness standpoint, last June I got a Planet Fitness membership. Um, yeah, I've been working out like semi regularly. Like I at least go like at the minimum once a week. I've been pretty good on that, and like, and the days where I don't go, I try to go for a long walk. So I'm always like getting steps in. I'm always trying to do something physical. Um, I'm always trying to get my fitness in, like, in some kind of way. And so I have this Planet Fitness membership, and I got it with full intention of being like, this is for my health, to get fit, and not because I want to obsess about my weight. Because I've come a very long way from that too. I used to be really obsessed with my weight because, like a lot of people, when I was in high school and college, I was very small. I was very skinny, and I thought I was very attractive. And, after college, I gained a lot of weight. And it didn't help that when I graduated college, it was spring of 2020. And so there was a pandemic and we were all stuck indoors. And I put on a lot of weight. And you know what? Like, I was really down in the dumps about that for a while. And I feel like I am out of that now. I feel like I don't beat myself up as often. And I mean, like, I ask my husband I used to ask my husband all the time, like, do you love me no matter what shape I am? And he's always like, yes. Like, the answer is always yes. And like, he's absolutely telling the truth. Like, I know that. Like, and he even tells me that he actually likes me better with me on my bones. And that's actually really flattering. Like, and he like, the reason why I say I like imitate him being like kind of tired of responding to that is because I would ask that a lot. And like, he's never given me a reason to, think otherwise. It's like, it's literally just all in my head. Like, oh my God, I'm fat, and I'm like, unattractive because I'm fat. And it was just such a toxic mindset to have, about my weight, because like I would say fat in like a bad way all the time in the past. And like, objectively, like, I'm not even that heavy. I'm not. And like, even if I was, that would not be a bad thing either. Like, people come in all shapes and sizes, and I come from a Hispanic family where literally all of us were like really skinny in high school and like, early 20s, and then like, boom, like hit 25 years old, you start gaining a lot of weight. Like, that's just everybody in my family. And like, yeah, we can combat it. And like, yeah, like my family doesn't have the best like diet, like they don't have the best diets like ever. And like, I've been really working hard to like eat a lot better. Not only well, in the past it was like because I want to lose weight, but like now it's just genuinely like I want to be a healthy person. So I don't think I've gained as much weight as like other people in my family have. But even if I did, that's not a bad thing. What was I saying? Sorry, I like derailed that so badly. Man, it's just, oh yeah, I was saying I'm not even that heavy. Like, I think, like, I look at my face and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so chubby. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not even plus sized. Like, no, I'm not going to say what my weight is, like, because like weight is just a number, but like, I don't, like, I'm a size 12 in jeans. Like, I wear medium-sized shirts. Like, I've never had to shop in the plus-size section, with the exception of, like, going to Spirit Halloween and buying a Halloween costume, because, like, sizes in those kinds of things are just whack. But yeah, like, literally everything else, like, I don't have to go to the plus size, like, section for that, because I am, like, a pretty common size. Like, I'm a size 12 in pants. There's almost never, like, a pair of jeans, like, in my size of, like, a lot of things. And shorts, too. Because my size is such a common size that, like, it's always the one that's, like, sold out. So it's kind of hard shopping for jeans because everybody is a size 12. But yeah, and like shirts, I wear mediums. Sometimes I'll get a large if I want like a stretchier fit. Like, I'm not even a heavy person, and like I used to just beat myself up all the time about it, and I think a lot of us are like that, and like we need to stop that. That's bad behavior. Like I need to tell myself like I'm not like I'm chunky, but like objectively like I'm not fat, and even if I was, like that's not a bad thing. I have beautiful friends who are heavier than I am, and like are stunning, like beautiful human beings, and like that kind of talk is just so it's just so terrible. And like it, a lot of us, it's like a learned thing. Like for me, like the reason why I used to talk about like this topic with myself, like a lot, just being like, oh, I gained weight, like, oh, like I gained 5 pounds, just like obsessively weighing myself. It comes from my mom, and like my mom is Gen X, and just older generations, like being like very obsessed with weight and wanting to like match like a certain body type. And like it's not her fault, on like why she has this view on herself. Like it's just a result of like the society that she grew up in, but she also imprinted that on me. And so I also grew up just very obsessive about weight, and what size I am, how much do I weigh, like I have to be a certain number, I have to be a certain size. And like, oh my god, I gained so much weight after college, and now I'm like unattractive, and like I'm gonna be like fat and ugly, and my husband's gonna leave me and all this stuff. And like that's just like that's so crazy. Like my husband has gained a lot of weight since college too, and like he has like a belly now. And you know what, like I never thought of that happening to him, because like he like this my okay, no, I'm gonna rephrase how I said that, how I was going to say that. He comes from a family of like very thin people, very very thin people, and like I just assumed that he was gonna always look like that, though I never put thought into like how he was gonna look as we aged, because like I did not marry him for his looks. I married him because like he's a beautiful human being, and like I love who he is. But yeah, he gained a lot of weight too, after college, and like he has a bit of a belly now, and it's actually really cute, and I actually do like it. And it's just so crazy. Like he has never complained about gaining weight. He does not have a problem having a belly. And it's just so amazing just witnessing somebody like put on a noticeable amount of pounds, and just be like, this is just what I look like now. And there's nothing wrong with that. And just like the way he goes about it is like he believes in what he says, like completely, is just honestly like the fact that I gain weight is not a problem. And god, I'm trying to match that energy. I feel like I'm really close. I'm like closer more than ever now about it. Like I'll have my moments where I'm a little bit obsessive about my weight, but for the most part, those moments are very few and far between now. And I just look the way I look, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I am happy to say that, like, I can say that, and I don't feel like the dissonance inside, because like deep down I feel like a different way. Like, no, that doesn't happen anymore, and that's so wonderful. Anyway, I've been yapping at this camera for a while. What else? I don't know, man. I left social media for good. A few days ago I deleted my Meta accounts. Well, I didn't delete them. I deactivated them, which is a different thing. So deactivation means like your profile, like, you can't be like, you're wiped from, Meta, Instagram, Facebook, but you still have access to your account if you log in, and you can reactivate it to use it again if you wanted to. So it's different, like it's different from logging out. Like, no, like it's as if it will appear as if you deleted your account. Like nobody can search you, nobody can interact with your like account anymore or anything like that. But like you have like, that key, like, okay, but I can reactivate it if I really wanted to. But no, I deactivated both my Instagram and my Facebook accounts. I made a post on both websites, kind of announcing that, and like I kind of felt a little weird at first doing that. Like I felt like I had to do it because, oh, well, and I felt a little weird about it because I was like, is this in vain? Is like, I was thinking of that whole like, oh, this is not an airport. You don't have to announce your like departure. Like I that was in my head. I was like, I don't really have to like, make a post and make it dramatic, but I felt like I had to just say a little something, because I've been off social media for the past, like, I'm going on my third year of like not being on Instagram and not being on Facebook. And like occasionally I would like pull up, like very like maybe once or twice a year, like I would pull up Facebook or Instagram to like see something that somebody might have tried to send me, typically my sister. Or just, like I wanted to like just check up on somebody. Like I don't know, like, but my life has improved dramatically ever since leaving social media, and I've been really happy like ever since that. And I highly recommend that everybody else do it too. Uh but to each their own. Like, like some people are perfectly happy being online and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but anyway, yeah, I felt like I had to say that I was leaving social media because I, specifically on Facebook, I had so many friends who are still on there to this day. I know because they all like reacted and like commented, want like lovely things. Um, who genuinely like were wondering like where I've been. Like why did I just drop off the face of the earth like online? And because like that's kind of what I did. I kind of just disappeared, like didn't say anything, and like was just inactive for like the past 2.5 years. So I just felt like I owed like, several people on there, like, an explanation, and just be like, yeah, this was a choice and I'm really happy and I'm gonna keep it this way. But yeah, I'm glad I said something. I'm glad I said that I was deactivating. And the reason why I deactivated instead of entirely deleting and just wiping everything, is because if I were to delete my Meta accounts, I can't use the Messenger like app anymore. Well, okay, sorry, I said that wrong. I can still use it, but I won't have like any of my, previous chats and like friends on there anymore. Like I would still be able to use Messenger. I would just have to put my phone number in and use it, as like a messaging app outside of Meta entirely, and like I wouldn't have access to any of my old like, messages and like chats and all of that. And like, that just sounded like a headache because like I do have several friends who I like semi regularly like chat with who still use the Messenger app, and I just felt like, I can't get rid of it for the like because of them, and like that's not a problem to me. Like I have no issue with that whatsoever. So yeah, I still have Messenger, and I even said in that post like, yeah, like if you still want to reach out to me, like I am still on Messenger. Like I didn't delete, I just deactivated the accounts. But yeah, I felt pretty good about that. I think all of us as a society are, kind of just chronically online these days. And, and for the record, like, I've left social media, like traditional social media, but that's not to say like, I'm living a superior life. Like, I'm just trying to live the life that best suits and benefits me. But I feel like a lot of other people can also benefit from doing this as well. Um, I'm still kind of chronically online, just a little bit, in like a different kind of way now. I watch a lot of YouTube videos now, but it's interesting because like I find that the kinds of videos that I'm watching now are just the ones that are kind of like this, like we're just a person like yapping into like a camera about like, something, and it's not like they're meaningful topics, except for when I watch Peter Mon, and he's just like literally yapping about whatever he wants to yap about.
about stupid drama on YouTube, but like that's never the actual point of his videos. I like watching him because I like, all the little tidbits in between of like just him like talking about his life. Like I like that part of his videos. I'm not really there for the drama. Um, but yeah, I watch a lot of people like Lindy who just, just they just talk like they just talk to the camera like this. It's just very humbling, and like, they're not trying to go viral or anything. Like they're not in it for the money or anything. They're just there like, yeah, I'm just recording my life. That's cool. I like that. And I don't know, sometimes I think I would like to do like I would like to have a channel like that. Like I guess I kind of already do on this channel, but I guess maybe like cuz the when I think about this, like, oh, like this can kind of be a thing for me, and like maybe I'll get like followers. And but when I say like get followers, it's not in the sense of like wanting to be famous and go viral and make a lot of money. Like, no, like the intention that I imagine, like if somehow I were to like, actually get some attention on this channel, what I mean is like I just want people to see more content like this of just somebody with a camera of some sort, like, just picking up their camera and just starting just hitting record and just talking about what's on their minds, and like, and encouraging conversation in like the comments and stuff like that, and just, just sharing like, what our raw lives are like, outside of filters, outside of, just any sort of attention seeking stuff. Just no, this is just a raw person in the wild, like just capturing their life and just talking about the things that they want to talk about. And that's always like really humbling. And Peter Mon has like mentioned, he's talked extensively about that, about how like OG YouTubers like way back in the day, like I'm talking like early 2010s, like very very early 2010s, like 2010, like maybe even late 2000s. Like people would just like get on camera and just like do like a vlog. They weren't known as vlogs back then, but just like just picking up the camera, just recording themselves, just talking about what they want to talk about. And like how so many people latched onto that because they like the sincerity of it. They like the humbleness, how just, raw, like, these kinds of videos are. And I think that us as a society online, like we're ready for stuff like that again, because everything is just really hyper, glamorized. I don't know how to say that. Like everything is too perfect. Everything is like one really big filter just trying to make it look polished and pretty. And I think we're all really tired of polished and pretty. And I think we yearn for something more real. And when I think about, just doing little vlogs like this and like maybe having a following of some sort, I would hope that it would inspire other people to also make videos like this. Like it's not for attention. It's to get conversations going about like we should be a little more honest and real with each other. And I think those kinds of connections are what we really need for our souls. And I would love to see like a lot more content like this, and like videos like Lindy just being real, just talking about her life. Or like I would even throw in Peter Mon there too. Like even though like, his titles and thumbnails are always like Jeffree Star drama, like whatever, just, like it's kind of like a joke. Like honestly, if you watch a lot of his videos, like you'd understand like, oh, this is not really about like Jeffree Star. Like he will talk like briefly about it, but no, it's literally just like an old man just wanting to get on a camera and just like yap about what he's doing. And like that's really wonderful. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I would really love to see like more stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of just like what's been on my mind lately. Sorry, I got really teary-eyed. I don't know why. But yeah, I want to see more realness in the world. And that's kind of just like what's been on my mind. Um, go to community gatherings like in your area, like go to the library, go immerse yourself like, with the public like in meaningful ways. Like go to a park. Um if you have a physical media store, like a used physical media store, like for us we have like half price books, anything of that sort, like go support that, go immerse yourself in that, like go we need to read more books, watch more movies, watch more TV shows. YouTube is not a bad place, but it can become toxic if like you're just sort of mindlessly watching like unmeaningful content in like en masse, like just like a whole lot of like unmeaningful content. Like there's nothing wrong with just watching funny videos on YouTube, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like if that is all you consume, you may want to consider like watching, other kinds of stuff too, like just to balance it out. Because, like I'm going to get into another, tangent here. I used to be like that. It wasn't funny videos for me on YouTube that like I would just like kind of just have all the time on, just for like that dopamine rush. For me, it was just like animation. It was nothing but like cartoons that I liked to watch. And like maybe like produced like animated shows are like can be a little more like they have a little more substance to it than like a lot of stuff that's on YouTube that's like also just not super meaningful but like meant for entertainment. But I think the problem for me was that I would oh sorry, my dishwasher is singing. I don't even know if like this camera is catching it. I guess I'll find out later when I upload this. But anyway, like all I would consume was like animation, like animated TV shows and like Disney movies. This was while I was in college because it was a comfort thing for me. And like there's nothing wrong with watching a whole lot of animation. Like there's nothing wrong with it. And like me, I'm very passionate about animation. Like I wanted to be an animator. Like that was my dream job in like in high school before I kind of had to be like being an animator is a very hard job and like I don't know if I can actually pull that off, so I decided to go for something else that didn't work out either, but here we are. Um but I guess what I'm saying is when you watch like only one kind of content, you're making, you're kind of making yourself an island like mentally, and you're not challenging yourself to like, other ideas and just other things. Like I don't know how to properly say that. Like you're closing yourself off from having other kinds of like thoughts and just from learning other kinds of things. Just like you're I liked that analogy actually. You're sort of making yourself like an island. And for me, like in college, like just watching nothing but cartoons made me afraid of more mature topics, like violence and like sex and just vulgar stuff. Like I was scared to watch any sort of like content that had that kind of stuff because all I was watching was content that was made for kids. uh and I'm glad to be out of that now because I feel like I've broadened my horizons mentally, and that's really helped a lot. And these days I really try to push myself to watch a lot of new things because I was stuck in a loop of watching the same things over and over again. Um and it was really hard. Like when me and my husband first got together, like when we were dating, I remember him expressing like he wanted to watch all these movies, and I was always like, I don't want to watch that, but I'll watch this animated movie with you, and like I feel so bad. I like kind of depraved him of like movies when we were first together, and like it has not been like that for a long while already. Like I've grown out of that, but I do think about that from time to time, and I'm like, gosh, that's like kind of embarrassing and really unfair to him. But we're making up for that now. A lot of the movies we watch these days are movies that he wants to watch, and so I feel like we've made up for that. But yeah, just consume other kinds of media that you don't normally consume. Like maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Just try new things. Try new things, do new things, see what you like. Always be open to learning. Um I feel like that's what we need. Anyway, I've like already hit 30 minutes on this recording, so I think I'm going to stop this video here. If anyone happens to see this, thank you for watching. I hope that you got something out of this, and maybe I've encouraged you to do something new. Maybe make a video like this, even if nobody sees it. It's out there. Well, have a good day.